epic film, but a personal journey at this Civil War hero, fighter, captain, who has become disillusioned and really dishonored himself, and he doesn't know how to get out of it. Shoot me, damn it. So he goes to Japan to train their army in modern warfare, and he comes upon the samurai, who at the beginning is essentially an enemy that he is training the Imperial Army to destroy.
Who supplies our weapons?
彼らの武器は勝本は侍の道を知る者たちに崇められておる。今さら飛び道具は使わんだろう。
Katsumoto no longer dishonors himself by using firearms, you see.
He uses no firearms.
You see, to those who honor the old ways, Katsumoto is a hero.
How well does he know this man?
Well, the general and Katsumoto fought together for the Emperor.
He fought with the samurai.
He is samurai.
This is a man who is dishonored when it begins, who has in fact given himself away, who through this training, through this martial art, through this commitment to a philosophical code of honor, how he regains himself.
It's what happens when he comes into contact with him, what happens to him as a man, and his ability to confront and overcome his dishonor. It's a privilege to be able to make these films. It's a privilege to be able to do what I'm doing. I enjoy the conversations. I enjoy delving into the characters and the structure and the story.
Action!
Early on, I was prepping the character, and I found the internal workings of this character, where he ends up.
It is about his transformation, and it's about reclamation of soul, which is very true to the Bushido way of thinking.
I'm sorry. Gomen nasai. Gomen nasai for your husband, Hirotaro.
To know life in every breath, every cup of tea, every life we take, the way of the warrior.
Life in every breath.
That is Bushido.
Aye.
It is a celebration of their culture and the samurai.
There was a quote that Tom found in a book of advice for samurai, how to live their lives. And this particular passage has stuck with me. It basically says that a samurai never needs to make a promise, because just to speak of something is the same as a promise.
It's a powerful code. I think it's universal. I think it's timeless. There's different parts of it: heroic courage, compassion, loyalty, duty and loyalty. But essentially it is about taking responsibility for what you do, for what you say. That once you have said something, you have to be responsible for that thing.
General Hasegawa asked me to help him end his life. A samurai cannot stand the shame of defeat.
They were the artists, the philosophers, the warriors of that time, and they had a responsibility in leadership, a responsibility to know, to work, to be compassionate, to help someone. They recognized with power comes a great responsibility, a greater responsibility. When you know something, or that something is wrong, you must be able to rise above the masses and fight for what is right.
There is great meaning, I think, behind this film, culturally, because it is, in a way, the roots of the Japanese. And Japan, no matter how modernized it has become, as people, we still have very much those feelings. There is still shame, and it's inherent in our blood. I think that so we're rediscovering, what we have And sometimes you have to go out in order to see, and sometimes we needed someone as brilliant as Edward and Marshall and Tom and to come and help us to rediscover what we really have.
When I started reading from the officer's point of view and how they felt about the Indians, the atrocities, it added a whole nother dimension to the man and to history. The fact that he had once been idealistic, but also the fact that he had connected on some spiritual level with these people. There was some connection there, that something that he saw, how they lived, what their life was like, that was so separated, but in some ways yet totally aligned with him as a man.
He changed his entire physique for the film. He allowed the character of Algren to lead him, and he followed, and he took on every challenge of this character.
I love working hard, and Nick Powell really took me up very slowly, step by step, built my body up to be able to do something like that, where there's, I guess, 38 moves, where I'm fighting 5 guys and the swords are whipping around and just missing my head, kicking a guy in the face and rolling and moving and cutting. Very demanding, but a hell of a lot of fun.
We've done saber work with him, and we've done all the samurai and all the basics. So he's done basic karate, basic jiu-jitsu. We've gone through a lot of training with him in all the different styles. So there is a character arc where we'll see him with one weapon transferring to another weapon and getting better throughout the film, which is really nice, because usually you come in and you find that the guy is at a level right the way through the film. So it's a nice development. In the Ronin sequence, it's the first time we really see him essentially as a samurai. So he's trained throughout the time he's been in the village, and he gets an ability which we see develop in the village sequences. And it's the first time we see him actually put it into use outside the village.
As the layers peeled off of my body and the greater control that I had, it actually changed the way that I moved in the armor, the way that I carried myself at that point. I could feel the ability of the mind over the body. I started to, as time went on, I recognized the ability to control the body, the ability to move the body in such a way, commanding the body to do that. I started feeling those different levels of awareness just within the fight sequence, because when we got to do the big battle sequence at the end, and I remember being with Ken, and we never got hurt.
You were the general of your army?
No. I was a captain.
This is a low rank?
When I met this cast, first of all, I was very impressed by their talent, very impressed by their depth, by their skill, their technical skill as actors, their physical skills, and their generosity. They felt a responsibility, and they were incredibly generous with me. Very, very helpful throughout the entire process.
We worked hard together. We had to trust each other completely because the timing had to be perfect.
After shooting, every day we had a rehearsal, 1 hour or 2 hours, but he never give up. And when I told him some pointers, how to grip, how to use the body, he could do that in the first time. He's a quick learner. It was very wonderful collaboration. And finally, he became a great samurai.
It's been great. He's an incredible person. And on the set, he's trying to help me, and he's very nice to me. He has so many ideas in his mind that I don't have. And he's trying to teach me those ideas he has through his experience. He told me that every scene, every take is a chance to do different things, and then trying to take advantage of each takes.
Cut!
It was just ecstatic to play a scene with him. Just looking at him and acting to him, and then his eyes and his look and everything. Then I feel like, okay, I'm living this character. And because of Tom.
Mr. Mora, my contract with you was to train your army.
Then we will make a new contract. One that will recognize the extraordinary contribution you have made to the Emperor. Do we understand each other?
Yes, we understand each other perfectly.
The character's journey cannot help but affect the actor. Tom approaches each role differently. Each journey takes him to a different place. And the beautiful thing about Algren is where he finally emerges as a human being. And there's a lot of hope there.
It was incredible. I had so much fun playing Algren. He's a complex, he's just a wonderful character. And the stories and the characters that I get to work with and within the story is, it's beautiful.